Hello and welcome. You're watching Business Today Television. I'm Sakshi Batra and this is the closing edition. That's Market Today, a show where we'll help you understand the closing action on the day street. We've dipped farther lower, but we came back pretty strong towards the last half an hour of trade. Now we've seen a 200 point of a dip, but remember we had also given up this level and we were trading almost 300 points lower in trade, but we had almost 100 points recovered from the day's lowest point. So that low point has actually been bought into in the markets as far as the Nifty is concerned. Barring the media, rest all of the sectors are still lower in trade, with FMCG and IT being the top losers. 1.5% loss for both of them at this point in time. Oil and gas, autos, consumer durables, pharma are the other sectors that are losing about 1% in trade. On the top movers on the Nifty, you have IndusInd Bank that's sharply recovered after the morning losses. 1.3% higher at 780. Bharti Airtel continues to hold up about half odd percent higher. From the auto pack, despite the index being one of the top losers, you can actually see the two-wheelers doing well. Hero Moto is up and about in trade at this point in time. You're also seeing some metal stocks like JSW Steel also pull up. Bajaj Auto, BEL and Ultratech Cement, those are the only handful of the names which are higher in trade as far as the Nifty is concerned. On the lower end, ONGC has now slipped 3%. M&M has dropped by 2.3%. You can see Hindalco, Tech Mahindra, Wipro, Trent, all of them are also the top losers on the Nifty right now. But you're clearly seeing some of the pockets continuing to hold up. Defense, for instance, is continuing to buzz. You can see solar industries 4.9% higher, especially in the F&O pack. You also have Astral Limited, PB Fintech. Those are the names that are holding up as far as the F&O action is concerned. But you're also seeing BSC decline in trade today after there has been some buzz around whether NSE will get another day for the expiry, as it has been requesting the SEBI to do so, and some pressure emerging on that account. Now, apart from this, in the broadest index, we have some interesting names that are coming up in trade today. You have Jubilant Pharmova 6% higher. You have Vatek Vabak 7.5% up. Fortis Healthcare, Shipping Corporation of India is up in trade. PTC Industries is up by 8.5%. Oricon Enterprises is another one that's opening, that's also hovering higher. You also have Hind Rectifiers, GRSC, Nelcast, A to Z Infra. Many of such stocks that are holding up 9 and 10% in trade. Many others like Jai Bharat Maruti from the auto ancillary pack is up by 20%. Ramco Systems, look at it, I mean 19%. In fact, Ramco Cements has also been up for the last couple of trading sessions. That one is moving up pretty strongly, and Tata Teleservices continues to move up as well. That's the kind of action that we are looking at. We'll also welcome our guest on board. Swati Hotkar joins in, AVP Technical Research at Nirmal Bang with us. Warm welcome, Swati. Good to have you with us. Tell us, what do you make of this fresh bout of sell-off that happened on the D Street today, and this bounce that has happened in the last few minutes itself?
As of now, we have seen a very good rally into the Nifty or the Bank Nifty Access Nifty. We have seen a rally from almost 21,700 to 25,100 levels within a very short period of a time, almost one and a half month. Now, the profit booking cannot be denied. With today's session, we have seen that the Nifty finally touched the 20 days moving average, which comes to nearby 24,500 levels. On intraday basis, we have seen a dip below 500, but somehow on the closing basis, we might see some sort of a positive closing about 24,500, which will give some sort of a relief sign. If the Nifty breaks 24,500 levels on the closing basis, then the selling pressure will be likely to be intensified. The only concern is on the Bank Nifty. Sakshi, I can say that the Bank Nifty not showing that much positive momentum compared to the Nifty, or not showing any kind of a strength or the reversal from the support levels. If the Bank Nifty drags below the support level, say the 54,500 levels, then more selling pressures can be seen, which might take a Bank Nifty down towards 253,000 to 52,000 levels as well. So, little bit concern points are there from the Bank Nifty front. But I believe that we will not see some steep rally on a downside, but yes, slowly, steadily, some selling pressures can be seen into the market. So I will suggest to be a light on your position on the index space, but definitely the stock specific momentums are really doing very well. To try to concentrate on the stock specific level. On the Nifty front, below 24,500. Downside, I'm looking for a target of 24,200 to 24,000. As long as it doesn't show any kind of a breakout of 24,800 levels, we will not see a major positive momentum on the Nifty front as well.
Okay. Swati, it was, I think, HDFC Bank, ICICI Bank that were really contributing to the sharp losses in the, panned out day today. But towards the end of the session, the, losses on both these accounts have also come down a bit. How are you looking at these private banks, HDFC and ICICI?
See, my view is positive on the ICICI Bank. Definitely, the stock is very well placed above all the important moving average. The setup is really positive, not showing any sign of a reversals from the higher levels. So the view has not been turned around on the negative side, but definitely some sort of a profit bookings we cannot be denied after such kind of a momentum rally on the higher sides. So if you're getting any dips towards to 1400 so levels, definitely one can enter into the long positions, but view will remain a positive as long as ICICI Banks remains above 1400 levels. Upside, I'm looking for a target of 1540 to 1600. The concern is of the HDFC Bank. HDFC Bank from the last 4 weeks is just moving in a sideways momentum, and it probably, if we doesn't see the breakout of at least 1950 levels on the higher side, then we might get witness some sort of a selling pressure or the profit booking in this particular counter. And I believe that if we are likely to if we get the breakdowns of 1900 levels on the downside, then 100, 150 points corrections can be seen into the HDFC Bank. So little bit cautious on the HDFC Bank, but overall view positive in the ICICI Bank.
Okay, got that. Swati, let's also discuss as far as the defense names are concerned. These are the kind of stocks that have been buzzing off late this entire last week, 10 days odd. Despite some profit booking, they're again back in action. Solar Industries, even look at the index today, is up by 2% almost. Solar Industries, maybe HAL, BEL, even BDL for that matter, the shipbuilders like GRSE for that instance, all of them are actually holding up. How do you think one should really look at these spaces? Do you think most part of the good news is already priced in, or can one still enter?
Definitely, the rally we have seen in the last 1.5 month, but I believe that this rally is likely to be extended in the coming few trading session as well, because the momentums and the price volumes are really doing very well in those particular counter, whether we can say HL or GRSC or the Cochin Shipyard or the BDL. Those counter, the view will remain still positive at the current level as well. But I will not suggest to enter a fresh long positions, because already those are entering into the overbought zone. We might witness some sort of a profit bookings at the higher level. So the short term view is definitely positive for, but to take the long positions, I will not suggest to buy at the current market price. But if you're getting any dips towards to 5 to 10% on the downside, then definitely you can take an opportunity to grab the long positions, but not at the CME.
Okay, got that. We can also focus on some other stocks like IndusInd Bank. I wanted to discuss from the banking space again. Why am I bringing this up is because, of course, this stock has been under, facing a lot of sentiment pressure because of the fraud that took place, the management clarification. Now the earnings have come in, despite most of the brokerage houses still giving a sell target and lower targets from the current levels. The stock is up by 2%. It recovered quite smartly from the opening lows. How are you looking at IndusInd Bank today?
See, my long-term view on the IndusInd Bank is definitely not so bullish, but we are witnessing whatever the bull cycle. There is no bull cycle as of now in this particular stock. This pullbacks rally will be a short-lived rally. You should not get into that those kind of a rally, but should definitely one should utilize to exit their long positions. Now, such kind of a rally, we can see the extension up to 840 to 850 levels, but the downsides are very open up on this particular stock. So my view is not much bullish, but if you want to concentrate on the other banks, I will suggest for the smaller banks such as the Bank of Baroda, Federal Bank, SBI, or on a larger bank, ICICI Bank. Those counters looks really very well compared to the IndusInd Bank. So my view is little bit cautious on this particular stock.
Okay. Swati, we've been like kind of pondering on, what are the key reasons why the markets are actually under pressure. We've been talking throughout the course of the day because of the global headwinds, uncertainties that are panning out, especially in the US as one of the key reasons. FII outflow, which has recently again started, is something that we are looking at again. We also have Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan talking about the FII flows and what is the trajectory that he's expecting going forward. So let's listen into that part, and then we can discuss with Swati as well on the key reasons what are the markets are looking at this point in time.
Right now, whatever is a framework, it's there, and we will be issuing post the consultation paper.
Okay, I think we played the wrong bite. We'll just go forward to playing Ashish Chauhan's bite in a bit. But Swati, just to help all our viewers understand the key reasons what they should be looking at are, that are impacting the market sentiments and therefore the undecisiveness that the markets are facing at this point in time, what would those be?
See, as of now, yes, definitely. FI's figure will be the major point on the market as such. The sentiments gets negative if we see the FI's figures at the end of the day. But the also the interesting fact that definitely there is a US issues are going on. Then again the Ukraine and the Russia war is going on. They are into their final talks. So those are the important reasons we are just looking forward on the market as such. If they are coming on a negative side, then we're likely to face some hit in the market as well. Because on the technical front, also we are witnessing that the market is trading nearby the overbought zone. So probably we likely to witness some sort of a profit bookings at the higher levels. And even if the market falls by at least 5 to 6%, one should not never get into the tense momentums. Definitely those falls can be utilized to take the longer positions. Because believe just keep a faith on the Indian economy, which is not really showing a bad pictures, but it's just a short term period of a pain we are likely to witness into the market. And the market always tests the patience of the investors. So definitely one should hold their long positions and initiate their long positions on every dips. If we are market getting on a dips towards to 24,000 or 23,500 level, if we see the Nifty, those levels should grab that opportunity to build up the long position into the quality stocks, actually, I must say.
Okay, we have the Ashish Chauhan bite ready for all our viewers. Let's listen into what he has to say.
The volatility of markets that challenges an individual investor and also the FIIs being net sellers, does that bother you, or do you think that is a long-term challenge to tackle?
It's actually short-term issues because of the way the U.S. Interest rates have been strengthening pre their elections, that is September onwards, and that's where emerging markets money was going out into U.S. back. But April onwards, actually, it's the moving away from U.S. is happening, and so April onwards, you would have seen the FPIs investing in droves into not only India but Japan and many other markets, and so it's a more volatility being induced out of the budget deficits which US is expected to create for itself, and that's where in a way people are thinking that US will continue to have a little more inflation than what was originally expected, and of course their interest rates will continue to remain, but the growth is now moving back to India, and that's where a lot of money is now coming back to India.
Okay, the CEO of NSE, Mr. Ashish Kumar Chauhan, positive on money coming back to emerging markets like India, as growth is going to be coming back to economies like us, and that's what he really mentioned at this point in time. Let's get back to markets and look at specific sectors and stocks. Swati, when we talk about the metals pack, have you looked at the kind of move that we've again started to witness here? What exactly are you penciling in? Are you being very stock selective here on metal space, or do you think the entire sector is up for a structural run-up?
I am very emphasized on the stock specific trading as of now, because the market is really doing very roller coaster rally. We are likely to witness in the near term. On the technical front, Tata still really looks very good. This stock is really definitely fundamental is also strong. On the technical front, we are witnessing a very strong momentum rally, well placed above all the important moving averages, trading in the pattern of the high tops have done. I believe that this particular stock has on the verge of to hit the highs of which we have seen in the year of 2024 in the month of October. If it breaches that level, which comes to nearby 168 to 169 levels, then we are likely to hit a very good new high towards to 180. Beyond that levels, 190 levels can be seen. So this is the one counter is looks very positive. If definitely one should go long into the Tata Steel at the CMP, I will not suggest to take a long positions full fledged, but definitely 20-30% can be added at the current market price if you don't want to miss out the rally on the higher levels. And any if we find any dips towards to 150, one should definitely add on. We are looking for a target of 180 to 190.
Okay, fair point. Another theme that's again started to buzz Is the pharma space, Swati, how are you looking at that one too? I mean, both large caps as well as mid cap pharma names are buzzing these days. Dr. Reddy's, Sun Pharma, we've been seeing Cipla a lot. Even in the mid caps, names like Granules, for instance, Oro, Mankind, even Natco Pharma seem to be coming back time and again. What's happening here? Is there a trend developing?
Trend, we already have seen a trend in those counters such as the Cipla, Bulo, or Pharma Bulo, or the another backs. The only concern is that we are likely to hit some sort of profit bookings in those particular counters. But if we do the comparative analysis between those stocks among the pharma sectors, I'm as of now positive on the Glenmark Pharma. This is the only one counter I'm keeping a watch on this particular stock on the technical basis. Why, Sakshi? Because if we look towards the weekly chart, the stock is on the verge of giving the breakout of at least 6 to 7 months downward sloping trend lines. Means from the last few months, we are continuously witnessing the selling pressure from 1800 to 1400 levels. Now, again, the stock is just trying to give the breakout of that downward sloping trend line, which is a very positive indication on the technical front. The RSI showing a positive crossover. So risk reward ratio is really favorable at the current market price. 1430 is the current market price of this particular stock, and downside it has a very crucial support nearby 1350. So by keeping that stop loss, one can definitely go for a long positions. If we find out a good amount of a breakout and the reversal in this particular sector, this counter is likely to hit a 1600 levels target. So taking into calculation the risk reward ratio, Glenmark really looks positive on the technical front.
Okay, got that. We'll definitely keep that in mind as well. Let's look at some of the other aspects that we should focus on right now. We were discussing a lot about defense sector, Swati, but I've also seen railways also move up a tad bit over the last couple of sessions. Names like RVNL, JWL, Titagarh, some bounce, although there's no clear, trajectory that we are able to spot, but maybe you can help us understand that whether railways also are going to be kick-starting another leg of the rally soon.
I don't believe that a new rally or the new trend will be starting this particular counter. I'm not that much bullish on this, but definitely a small pullbacks rally or the positive momentums can be seen during few days of the months. But I'm not that much bullish to take a long positions for on a larger degree as such for a year end so, because those are the sectors though actually gives the rally during the budget periods and all those things. So it's a very seasonal rally we witness into this particular sectors. So I'm not that much bullish, but if you ask me about the stock specific, JWL looks good at the current market price. We might witness some sort of a positive momentum towards to 450 to 460. So those who are having any long positions, they can definitely hold on, but I will not suggest to create any long position in those sectors.
Absolutely. I also wanted to focus on the capital markets related story as well. Swati, why? Because, again, we are going to be focusing on BSE, the likes of CDSL. Why? Because there is some buzz again about NSE IPO that could be coming in. This is one of the most awaited IPOs, and today SEBI chairman Tuhin Kanta Pandey did talk about that both NSE and SEBI are talking to resolve the issues, even though he's not talked about any timeline yet. But I think he said that, I'm very hopeful that it's going to be done soon and they will move forward on it. So clearly there is some indication about NSE IPO coming in. Once that happens, how do you see the capital markets related story really churning? How should investors go about before the IPO is launched? What kind of stocks should they have in their portfolio? Do you think BSE will continue to gain, or will it in fact lose? So should one save their money for NSE IPO or continue to invest in capital market story?
The BSE has already shown a very good kind of a rally from
Yeah.
almost 5400 to 7500 non-stop rally. So the profit bookings cannot be denied, but this counter is really doing very well. If those who are already holding the long positions and if they want to transfer their capital into the NSE, they can do it. But for a longer term duration, I will say not to book the profits. If you have the holding capacity, you can continue with their long positions. Very soon, we might this counter might enter into the 5 digit as well. But if we are looking for the another sector, another counter, CDSL really looks very promising at the current market price. I know it's not related as of now to compare to the BSC and all those things, but CDSL is the one stock as of now we are keeping on our radar. 1450 is the current market price. The weekly chart shows that it has given a very strong formations of the rounding pattern. So I believe that the discounter looks very good, and on the retracement purpose, the stock has cleared all the important retracement level and it's heading towards to 1700. So those are the targets we are looking for. So those who are really interested into the if anyone's booked the profits into the BSC and have some extra capital, they can go for the CDSL. You're looking for a target of 1750. Any dips towards to 1300 or 1250, one can definitely go for a long positions.
Okay, got that. So that's the capital market story for all of you viewers at this point in time. Let me also bring up a few stocks, but before that, 321, let me ask you, Swati, to give us any BTST or STBT trades.
Yes, I would like to give a BTST trade, which is on the Tata Communications, Tatacom. The weekly chart has shows that the counter has given the flat pattern formations, very well placed above the upper band of the Bollinger Band. Also, the interesting fact that it has given on the verge of the giving the breakout of the inverse head and shoulder formations on the daily charts. So I believe that the stock has a potential to reach up to 1750 to 1800 levels on the higher sides. So one can go for a long positions at the current market price. Stop loss can be kept at 1610 for a target of 1800 rupees.
Okay, got that. I hope all our viewers have got that into focus. Let me ask you on Bharti Airtel. It's half odd percent higher at 1830, slightly off its all-time highs that it hit in a recent while. Is this giving a good opportunity to enter onto dips on Bharti Airtel?
I will not suggest to enter at the current market price, but yes, any dips towards to 1750, 1720 levels, those are really attractive levels to take a long position. Currently, we are from the last 2 days, definitely we are witnessing a positive momentum, but which will be a short-lived because 1850 will act as a crucial resistance level provided by its 20 days moving average. So upside is limited at the current level. Since I'm believing that if we just witness some sort of a selling pressure into the market, this counter will also come down. So 1850 is acting as a very strong resistance level. So upside is limited, not to create major long positions at the CMP. Those who are having, they can hold on by keeping a profit stop loss of 1800 on the downside. But fresh longs can be built up at on a deep towards to 1750 levels.
Okay, fair point. I hope this has also answered a lot of viewers' questions on the telecom play at large. Let me just pick up a few other stocks also for all our viewers. From the mid and small caps, let's discuss a little bit here, Swati, which we haven't touched today. How are you looking at and navigating through some such themes, mid and small caps? Do you think are there any interesting stocks that we should be now looking at because of the recent dips that we have gotten to? Are there any stocks that are looking attractive on the mid and small cap basket?
Yes, CG Power looks very good on the technical
Okay.
setups. This counter has, for the last few days back, it has given the breakout of the inverse head and shoulder pattern. Today also, even though the market is correcting, this particular stock is up by almost 0.5%. I believe the stock is on the verge of giving the breakout of 700 levels. On today intraday basis, we have seen a high of 706, but due to the market pressure, we are likely to witness some sort of a profit bookings. But any dips towards to 690, 680, one can definitely go for a long position. 730, 740 targets I'm looking forward in this particular counter. So CG Power is the one stock. Another is the counter looks positive is a Finolex 5, that is a FinPi. This particular stock has today given the breakout of the 100-day moving average, which is a very positive indication on the technical front. The counter is up by 3% on today intraday basis. Volumes are really doing very well. Whenever the volumes whenever the volumes and the price goes in hand, definitely such kind of a rally is likely to be extended in for at least for coming few trading sessions. Upside, I'm looking for a target of 220. So this is also the one counter one can go for the BTS Tiffin pipe and the CG power.
Okay, fair point. Last 5 minutes to go before the market shuts off, and we've actually recovered quite a bit from the losses of the day. We're now 184 points lower in trade. 24,630 is back with us. any suggestion when it comes to the recovery? Will that carry on till the expiry next week, Swati? What would you expect?
Sakshi, yes, we as of now on today intraday basis, we are witnessing a very good recovery from 20 days moving average. As I said it earlier only, Nifty has touched the feet of a 20 days moving average
Yeah.
and it has respected that support level and now it. But the only concern is that it's not giving the breakout of 24,800, which is the cautious sign. So that which indicates that it got stuck within the range of 300 points. So any breakout or breakdown on the either side will decide the clear trend of the market, say on the Nifty front. So if the Nifty gives the breakout of 24,800, then I definitely look for a move on a buying side. But till the time, I am just remaining very cautious on the Nifty and the Bank Nifty front. I believe that if Nifty breaks the 24,500, then we are likely to hit some sort of a selling pressure. So little bit I'm cautious on the market, but stock specific trading is likely to be continued with the strict stop losses.
Okay, fair point. All right, Swati, we'll leave you at that. Thank you so much for being with us on the show today and helping our viewers navigate through the fresh moves on the markets. We'll keep an eye out on all the levels that you marked out for us so that our traders can definitely keep an eye out on there. Hope you have a fantastic time till the time we see you next on another edition of Market Today. We'll start wrapping up the market straight. 4 minutes to go before we shut shop for the day. Look at the recovery that's taken place just in the last 40 minutes of trade. 0.7% decline at this point in time even now, but we are inching closer to the day's opening now. So look at that point as well. 24,644 on the Nifty. We have barring media stocks, rest all of them are actually down in the red. But the quantum of loss has reduced even on FMCG, IT sectors, oil and gas as well. We do see some losses across the board, but I think it's the Nifty Bank and the private banks that have actually reduced quite a bit of the losses from the opening losses that we saw. So you have IndusInd Bank that's up 2% now, you have IDFC First Bank, RBL Bank, Kotak Mahindra Bank and Federal that are already into the green. For those which are among the losers in as far as the private banks are concerned, the quantum has reduced by quite a bit. Just minor 0.1% loss on ICICI Bank, minor 0.25% of a loss on HDFC Bank, Axis Bank down by 0.8% and Bandhan still continues to reel under pressure, 1.7% lower. But the quantum on the large cap banks has fairly reduced and that's really led to the markets recovering from the day's lowest point. IndusInd Bank, Bajaj Auto, JSW Steel, Bharti Airtel, Hero Moto, they continue to remain the top movers, and on the downside you have ONGC, M&M, Wipro, Hindalco, Trent as the top losers. Let's look at the Nifty next 50 names. There must be more names that have added on to the gainers list. Zydus Life is the top mover here. TVS Motor, GAIL, Adani stocks also in the move. Adani Energy, Indigo also post earnings about 1% higher. United Spirits, HAL, CG Power is something that Swati did mark for all of our viewers as well. Bajaj Holdings, Bosch, those are the other stocks that are moving up. Among the NBFCs, look at the smart move on the brokerage spaces like Edelweiss Financial Services, you also mutual fund names. Then you can also look at Aptus Value, 5-Star Business Finance, Credit Access Grameen, Aavas Financiers. They are the ones that are also holding up in trade at this point. Well, of course, defense continues to be in the top move. Look at GRSC and how that one has moved up in trade today. It's now up almost 11%. Defense names continue to hog all the limelight. GRSC now up 11%. Shipping Corporation of India is another one that's moving up very smartly in trade today. If we look at the stock right now, you will be able to easily spot about 8 to 9% kind of a move on Shipping Corporation of India as well. Apart from this, let's look at maybe Cochin Shipyard, Mazagon. Let's also look at how BEL is moving in trade. Those are the kind of names that are actually hovering higher. Even PTC Industries, remember there is a defense component there too, 8% higher for that one. Beyond this, you have Ramco Systems that we marked out for all our viewers in the last 1 week. Also, the stock has really moved up pretty smartly. Those are the Nifty 500 names that are in focus. The markets have shut shop, 24,637, 175 points lower in trade, but definitely off the lowest lowest point of the day. So signs of recovery coming in, buying at the dips also coming in for the markets. That augurs well. Let's hope that the last day of the trading session tomorrow may be able to see some green on the screen as well. We'll leave you at that, viewers, but do stay tuned on to Business Today Television in case you want to track more about business and economics. There's so much for you to really catch on to right after the market coverage on the channel.
The son of a great man.
Donald John Trump Jr. Much like his father, the President of the United States of America has the charisma, the affable camera presence